Oh. It's all right, Janet. Everything's going to be all right. We'll just play along for now, and then we'll pull out the aces when the time is right.
No jackets.
This is no time for card tricks, Brad. Are you sure we're all right?
I'm sure, Janet. Hi there. I'm Brad Majors. This is Janet Weiss, my fiancée. You are
very lucky to be invited up to Frank's laboratory. A lot of people would give their right arm for the privilege.
people like you, maybe.
I've seen it.
Is Frank your husband?
The master. The master is not yet married, nor do I think he ever will be. And we are simply his servants.
Unlock a mind. Unmind a lock. It's the same as the beginning of the end, you follow?
No.
It's an anagram, Janet.
I wonder, may I offer either of you something refreshing?
No.
No, you're right, I won't. How delightful to have fresh faces around. Magenta, Columbia, go assist Riffraff. I will entertain.
Brad Majors.
Brad Majors.
And this is my fiancée, Janet Weiss.
Weiss.
Weiss?
Enchanted. How nice. And what charming underclothes you both have. But here, put these on.
He hands Janet a lab coat and helps Brad on with his.
They'll make you feel a little less vulnerable. It isn't often we receive visitors here, let alone show them hospitality.
Hospitality? All we wanted was to use your phone, a reasonable request which you have chosen to ignore.
Don't be ungrateful.
Ungrateful!
How forceful you are, Brad. What a perfect example of manhood. So dominant. You must be awfully proud of him, Janet.
Yes.
Tell me, Brad, do you have any tattoos?
Certainly not.
Oh, well. How about you?
Everything is in readiness, Master. We merely wait for you to give the word.
Tonight, Brad and Janet, you're to witness a new breakthrough in biochemical research. And paradise is to be mine.
How wonderful for you.
Yes. It was strange the way it happened. One of those quirks of fate, really. One of those moments when everything looks black. Your back is against the wall. Panic. You're trapped. There's no way out. Even if there was, it would probably lead to a one-way ticket to the bottom of the bay. But then, suddenly you get a break. All the pieces seem to fit into place. What a sucker you've been. What a fool. The answer was there all the time. It took a small accident to make it happen. An accident!
An accident.
And that's how I discovered the secret. That elusive ingredient, that spark. That is the breath of life. Yes, I have that knowledge. I hold the key to life itself. Riffraff, throw open the sonic switches to the sonic oscillator and step up the power reactor import 3 more points.
Brad?
It's all right, Janet.
Balls!
Brad?
It's all right, Janet.
Tubes!
Brad?
It's all right, Janet.
Crimps!
And Rocky is revealed in swaddling clothes.
The sword of Damocles is hanging over my head, and I'm feeling someone's gonna be cutting the bread. Oh, woe
Well, really, that's no way to behave on your first day out.
Well, nobody's perfect, but I do think you did a pretty good job with the body work.
You are the result of hours of turmoil. And now, my beautiful creature, it's time for the ultimate test.
Oh, dear.
But first, meet the family. Riffraff, what do you think?
He's a credit to your genius.
Magenta.
A triumph of the will.
What do you think, Columbia?
He's okay.
Okay. Well, I think we can do better than that. Brad and Janet, what do you think?
I don't like men with too many muscles.
I didn't make him for you. He carries the Charles Atlas seal of approval. Maestro. A weakling weighing 90 pounds with its sand in his face, kicked to the ground and swooned in the gym with a determined chin, the sweat from his pores as he works for his cause. We'll make him glisten and gleam, and with massage and just a little bit of steam, he'll be pink, but quite clean. Oh, he'll be a strong man. Oh, honey, but a wrong man. He'll eat nutritious, high protein, and swallow raw eggs. Try to build up his shoulders, chest, arms, and legs. Such tenderness and just thinking of the scared. When in just 7 days, I can make you a man. He'll do press-ups and chin-ups, the snatch, clean, and jerk. He thinks dynamic tension must be hard work. Such strenuous living and just so flaky on the stairs. When in just 7 days, I can make you a man.
A Coke machine is revealed. Eddie is inside of it.
Whatever happened to Saturday night? You just looked sharp and you felt alright. It don't seem the same since Cosmic Light came into my life. I thought I was divine. I used to go for a ride with a chick you know and listen to the music on the radio. The singer was born on a rock and roll show. You put in the backseat 'cause you really had a good time. Opportunity bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Hands kinda swimming from the perfume I smelled. My fingers kinda fumble with a white plastic belt. I think the baby's lipstick, and that's when I knelt. I whispered in my ear that she really was mine. I'll make it fun and put some hair oil on. Buddy Holly was singing his very last song. Arms around you, girl, you try to sing along. You feel pretty good 'cause you really had a good time. Opportunity, that's my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity, that's my soul. I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity, I really love that rock and roll. Opportunity, I
from the vaults.
Why do you keep him in there? He's so ugly.
We had a mental relationship, but he's nothing like you. No muscle.
End of Act 1! We're gonna take a little break, and then we'll come back. Thank you.
Can I stay here with you till the morning? I am so far from home and I feel a little stoned. Can I stay here with you till the morning? There's nothing I want more than to wake up on your floor. Lay with me in your thinnest dress. Fill my heart with each caress. Between your blissful kisses whisper, darling, is this love? Can I stay here with you till the day breaks? There's something you should know. I ain't got no place to go. Can I stay here with you till the day breaks? How happy it would make me to see your face when I wake. Lay with me in your thinnest dress. Fill my heart with each caress. Between your I stay here with you through the nighttime? I've fallen sad inside, and I need a place to hide. Can I stay here with you through the nighttime? I'm all alone and blue. Won't you take me to you? Lay with me in your thinnest dress. Fill my heart with each caress. Between your blissful kisses whisper, darling, is this love? Whisper to me, is this love? Just a barfly, baby. Barfly. Just a barfly, baby. Kiss me before you go. I'm going low lately. Just a barfly, baby. Slow down, you're moving too fast. Slow down, you're moving too fast. Kiss me before you go. I'm going low and kiss me before you go. I'm going low and confident as a corpse, blooming, laughing in the shops, till the sun turns black. Can you see the old and lonely walking through the park, pushing the grocery carts till the sun turns black? Can you see the corporate man? He's winning on the telephone. His possessions are his throne till the sun turns black. Can you see him in his lounge, watching TV in the dark, waiting for a spark till the sun turns black?
Where do you teach?
Mostly at
Stop it.
Mostly at Country Dance Center. I think it's working.
I think it's working now.
And I sub other
Testing, testing, testing.
Oh, I teach one class at Isidore
Testing.
Dance Theater.
I have to put it into my.
Hello, everyone. Please, if you could just retake your seats. We will begin in just a moment. Please, welcome, please. Don't all rush at once.
Where do I sit now? Oh, you're here. You're razzing me.
What?
You're razzing me. I do.
Now, if only our music director would take the same note. Now everything is in a new key.
I thought it was on my chair.
We're holding for John.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing.
My apologies, Madam Music
Okay.
Director.
It's on.
That's much better.
Yeah. Test, test, test.
I thought it was on my chair. My script. That's all I know.
Isaiah, if you can say, if you could say,
Is it in the restroom?
No, I checked the restroom. Did someone steal a script?
Souvenir.
Okay.
It'll be on eBay.
I had a pen. I should be able to get it.
check Craigslist. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Nope, it's not gonna
You
be
all
me
know
anymore,
what's
it's gonna be
happening
Kevin.
anyway.
I have a new job description.
Okay, take a breath and let's start. Thank you.
Yeah, as we get started with the next set, if anyone wants to sit up closer on the floor, come
Please, we have plenty of room down here. Right off the carpet.
We don't fight yet.
It wasn't there, sorry.
False alarm.
And let's show a little SoulFood love for the second story repertory theater.
Thank you, and welcome back, Redmond. Right. Now, please, do pay attention. There are those who say life is an illusion, and reality as we know it is merely a figment of our imaginations. If this is so, Brad and Janet are quite safe. But there are some who have a far more physical philosophy. Now, those who would stop at nothing to satisfy their base desires. It could be that Brad and Janet are among those who hold the devil's reins. Janet's room.
Oh, Brad! Oh, yes, my darling! What if...
It's all right, Janet. Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, I hope so, my darling. I'm so Oh! It's you!
I'm afraid so, Janet. But wasn't it nice?
You beast! You monster! What have you done with Brad?
Nothing. Why? You think I should?
You tricked me! I wouldn't have! I never! Oh my God, never!
I know. But it wasn't all that bad, was it? Not really even half bad. In fact, I think you found it rather pleasurable. So soft. So sensual.
Oh, no. Stop! I mean, help! Brad! Oh, Brad!
Brad isn't here right now. Besides, do you want him to see you like this?
Like this? Like how?
Like this!
Oh! It's your fault. You're to blame. I was saving myself.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you're not exactly spent. Yet. And it was an enjoyable experience, was it not? You did like it, didn't you? There's no crime in giving yourself over to pleasure. Oh, Janet, we've wasted so much time already. Brad needn't know. I won't tell him.
Oh, are you sure you won't tell him? Oh.
Brad's room.
Oh, Brad. Oh, yes, my darling, but what
It's all right, Janet. Everything's going to be all right.
I hope so, my darling.
You! I'm afraid so, Brad. Wasn't it nice?
You fiend, you scoundrel! What have you done with Janet?
Nothing. What do you think I should?
You tricked me. I wouldn't have. I never. Oh my God, never!
I know. But it wasn't all that bad, was it? Not really even half bad. In fact, I think you found it rather pleasurable. So soft. So sensual.
Help! Stop! I mean, Janet! Oh! Janet!
Hey, Janet isn't here right now. Besides, he wanted to see you like this.
Like this? Like how?
Like this!
It's your fault! You're to blame! I thought it was the real thing.
Oh, come on, Brad, admit it. It was enjoyable, wasn't it? You liked it, didn't you? There's no crime in giving yourself over to pleasure, is there? You could try for an action replay. Oh, Brad, we've wasted so much time already. Janet needn't know. I won't tell her.
Are you sure you won't tell her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Master, the laboratory is empty. Rocky has vanished. The new playmate is loose and somewhere in the building.
Oh, wow. Oh, hold on. Coming!
The laboratory.
What's happening here? Where's Brad? Where's anybody? If only we hadn't made that journey.
Merely 2 small words that kept repeating themselves again and again in Janet's thoughts. But it was too late to go back now. It was as if she were riding a giant tidal wave. It would be folly to fight against it. Her only chance would be to ride it out, adapt, and perhaps also survive.
Oh, it's you. Look, I'm trying to hide from my creator and his minion. They scare me. I feel that all is not well here. I have been thinking a lot about Eddie. I have a feeling of foreboding.
It's all like some terrible dream.
Is it true you don't like men with too many muscles?
Well,
Have you got any lip gloss?
I'm engaged to Brad, just the same as Betty Monroe was to Ralph Hapshat. But Frank's kisses overwhelmed me with an ecstasy I had never dreamed of before. Hot, burning kisses. I could see Brad's face before me and my mind screamed, no! But my lips were hungry, too hungry. I wanted to be loved, and loved completely. My body throbbed excitedly. Oh, Brad! Brad, my darling, how could I have done this to you?
This room is a womb to me.
Yes. There, you see? It's instinctive. You returned here for one thing, security. Where's Brad?
She fiddles with TV monitors. Janet's feelings ran wild as she frantically manipulated the selector switch on the TV monitor. The screen threw up images of empty rooms and corridors. Finally, she stopped at Frank's bedroom. Oh!
Oh, you can't rely on anyone.
Oh, Brad, how could you?
If one is suffering from the pangs of remorse for a sexual indiscretion, it would seem logical that the transgressor would have a sympathetic feeling toward a loved one caught committing a similar misdemeanor. But emotion is an irrational and powerful master, and from what Janet witnessed on the monitor, there seemed little doubt that she was indeed its slave.
Tell us about it, Janet. I was feeling done in. Couldn't win. I'd only ever kissed before. I thought there's no use getting into heavy petting. It only leads to trouble and seat wetting. Now all I wanna know is how to go. I've tasted blood and I want more. I'll put up no resistance. I want to stay the distance. I've got an itch to scratch. I need assistance. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night. Then if anything grows while you pose, I'll oil you up and rub you down. And that's just one small fraction of the main attraction. You need a helping hand, and I need action. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night. Creature of the night. Oh!
Riffraff enters, fleeing from Frank.
Ah, mercy, master.
How did it happen? I understood you were to be watching.
I was only away for a moment, Master.
See if you can locate him on the monitor. Yes. Oh, Magenta. Oh, Rocky. Oh, Rocky.
I've located him in the females' quarters, Master.
Oh, shit. Oh, Rocky. I think I'm going to... Oh.
Faint.
Master.
Janet! How could she? That's it. It's over.
Over? What was over? Not the night, that was certain. Brad and Janet's engagement, their love for one another, who could say? For questions such as these are not to be answered by the academic. They must be left for the heart to solve, and Brad, you may be sure, had plenty of heart.
Once in a while, she don't want to call you.
She don't want to call you.
Speaking on the telephone.
On the telephone.
And once in your life, she don't want to know you.
No, she don't.
You look around. The one you found, she is gone. And that's all the time that it takes for a heart to turn to stone. The sweeter the wine, the harder to make the break. You hear something about someone you thought you'd known, but baby, don't cry like there's no tomorrow. After the night, there's a brand new day, and there'll be no pain and no more sorrow. So wash your face and phone my place, it'll be okay. And that's all the time that it takes for a heart to beat again. So give me a sign that a lover makes. You look around, the one you found is back again, is back again, she's back again. She's back again.
How maudlin. How pathetic. That your baggage has dared to come here and defile my beautiful creature. Oh, Rocky, how could you?
Master, we have a visitor.
Oh, shit.
Great Scott! Scotty! Dr. Everett Scott!
You know this Earth...
This person?
Yes, I do. He's an old friend of mine.
I see. So this wasn't simply a chance meeting. You came here with a purpose.
That's not true. My car broke down. I told you.
I know what you told me, Brad, but this Dr. Everett Scott, his name is not unknown to me.
He was a science teacher at Denton High.
And now he works for your federal government, doesn't he, Brad? And the department which you call UFOs. Isn't that right, Brad?
He might be. I don't know.
The intruder is entering the building, Master.
Ah.
in the Zen room.
Seal off all exits and all doors, except for those that lead here. Riffraff, bring Rocky and Janet here. I think we shall make this a social occasion. The 3 unexpected guests shall entertain us with a floor show, which I shall direct.
Hi-ho, Silver!
Dr. Scott! Brad! What are you doing here?
Don't play games, Dr. Scott. It was part of your plan, was it not? That Brad Majors and his female should come and scope the layout for you? Unfortunately for you all, there's to be a change of plans. I'm sure you're adaptable, Dr. Scott. I know Brad is.
I can assure you that Brad's presence here comes as a complete surprise to me. As does the setup that you have here. I didn't expect it to be quite so...
Sophisticated, Dr. Scott. Or should I say Dr. Von Scott?
What exactly are you implying?
They didn't prove anything! This machine here.
What do you think it is, Doc?
At this precise moment, it's hard to tell, but it seems to be made of a metal that is not of this earth. I would say that it is from another planet. No.
Brad!
Janet!
Rocky!
Dr. Scott! Brad!
Janet!
Rocky!
Dr. Scott! Brad!
Janet!
Rocky!
Dr. Scott!
Oh, Rocky! Rocky!
Piss off.
Listen. I made him. And I can break him just as easily. I'll pull out his plug.
I suppose that you intend to do with us as you did for Eddie?
Eddie!
What do you know of Eddie, Dr. Scott?
I happen to know a great deal about a lot of things. You see, Eddie happens to be my nephew.
Dr. Scott!
Yes, Brad, my sister's boy. I knew he was in with a bad crowd, but it was worse than I imagined. Aliens.
Tell them, Doc.
From the day he was born, he was trouble. He was the thorn in his mother's side. She tried in vain.
But he never caused her nothing but pain.
He left home the day she died. I'm quite right from the day she was gone. All he wanted was rock and roll porn und a motorbike, shooting up junk.
He was a low-down cheap little punk.
Taking everyone for a ride. What a guy! And I did.
Everybody shoved him. I very nearly loved him. I said, hey, listen to me. Stay sane inside insanity. I locked the door and threw away the key.
But he must have been drawn into something, making him warn me in a note which reads, I'm out of my head.
Hurry or I may be dead.
They mustn't carry out their evil deeds. Makes you cry. Makes you cry. Makes you cry. Makes you cry.
so dry.
Makes you cry.
And she
Say a prayer for Eddie. I just defrosted him.
Frank produces a bag of blood and gore.
Oh, his destiny is in the bag.
Why, you?
Frank flicks a switch.
There! That's to restrain you all. Magenta!
I'll put him down the waste disposal.
Clever girl.
My feet. Something's wrong with my feet.
My wheels! My God! I cannot move my wheels!
It's as if we're glued to the spot.
You are. So quake with fear, you tiny fools. Okay, it's start time. Riffraff, set the sonic transducer on program 8 and secure all levels at 0.
You will not find people of the earth quite as easy mark as you can imagine. This sonic transducer, I suppose it is a type of audiovisual vibratory physiomolecular transport device.
You better believe it, baby.
You mean?
Yes, Brad. It is something that we ourselves have been working on. But it seems that our friend here has a way of perfecting it. A device that is capable of breaking down solid matter and then projecting it through space. And who knows? Perhaps even time itself.
You mean he's going to send us to another planet?
Planet! Planet! Will seduce ya. It's something you'll get used to. A mental mind fuck every night. You better wiser. You better wiser. You better wiser.
And then she cries out.
Don't get hot. Mustard!
You're a hot dog, but you better not try to hurt her. Frankfurter, you're a hot dog, but you better not try to hurt her. Frankfurter, you're a hot dog, but you better not try to hurt her. You're a hot dog, but you'd better not try to hurt her. Frankfurter, you're a hot dog.
Magenta! Columbia! The artistes are in a molecular state, somewhere between entrance and exit. When they've pulled themselves together, see that they are prepared for the floor show.
My God! I can't take any more of this. First, you ditch me for Eddie, and then you throw him off like an old overcoat for Rocky. You shoot people up and you spit them out again. I loved you. Do you hear? I loved you. And what did I get? Well, I'll tell ya. A big fat nothing. Whoa. You're like a sponge. You take,
not easy having a good time. Even smiling makes my face ache. And my children turn on me. Rocky's behaving just the way Eddie had. Perhaps I made a mistake in splitting his brain between the two of them.
When do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world!
Magenta, I am indeed grateful to both you and your brother Riffraff. You've both served me well. And loyalty such as yours shall not go unrewarded. And you'll discover that when the mood strikes me, I can be very generous.
I ask for nothing, Master.
And you shall receive it in abundance. Come! Our guests are growing restless.
And so, by some extraordinary coincidence, fate, it seems, has decided that Brad and Janet should keep that appointment with their friend Dr. Everett Scott. But it was to be in a situation which none of them could have possibly foreseen. And just a few hours after announcing their engagement, Brad and Janet had both tasted forbidden fruit. This in itself was proof that their host was a man of little morals and some persuasion. What further indignities were they to be subjected to? And what of the sonic transducer and the floor show that had been spoken of? What indeed? From what had gone before it was clear that this was to be no picnic. The floor show.
It was great when it all began. I was a regular Frankie fan. But it was over when he had the plan to start working on a muscle man. Now the only thing that gives me hope is my love for a certain dog. Rose in my world, keep me safe from my trouble and pain.
I'm just 7 hours old, truly beautiful to behold, and somebody should be told my libido hasn't been controlled. Now the only thing I've come to trust is an orgasmic rush of lust. Rose in my world, keep me safe from the trouble and pain.
It's beyond me. Help me. Mommy. Take this. I'll be good. You'll see. Take this dream away. What's this? Let's see. Oh, I feel sad.
waters of seas of flesh, erotic nightmares beyond any measure, and sensual daydreams to treasure forever. Can you just feel that? Whoa. Don't dream it. 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 Your heart and your blood will sing. Let the party and sound right on. We're gonna shake it till the light's gone. Rose in my world, keep you safe from the trouble and pain. Wild and untamed, when I beat with a deadly sting. And your mind goes spin. Your heart and your blood will sing. Let the party and sound right on. We're gonna shake it till the light's gone. Rose in my world, keep you safe from the trouble and pain. Wait! I can explain. On the day I went through, I had to say. 'cause I've seen the blue skies through the tears.
How sentimental.
And also presumptuous of you. You see, when I said we were to return, I referred only to Magenta and myself. I'm sorry, however, if you found my words misleading. You see, you are to remain here. In spirit, anyway.
No.
Great heavens! That is a laser!
Yes, Dr. Scott. A laser capable of emitting a beam of pure antimatter.
You mean you're going to kill him? What's his crime?
Oh, Brad.
You saw what became of Eddie. Society must be protected.
Exactly, Dr. Scott. Now, Frankenfurter, your time has come. Say goodbye to all of this.
No.
And hello to Oblivia.
To your worst inferior one. Oh. Oh. No. Columbia. You did this for me? Oh. Silly bitch. Ah! 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 Ah!
Yes.
Kill him! I thought you liked them. They liked you.
They didn't like me. They never liked me. You saw the way things were, the way they were going.
You did right. Oh shit.
A decision has to be made.
Hey, you okay with me?
Dr. Scott, I'm sorry about your nephew.
Yes. Well, perhaps it's for the best.
You should leave now, Dr. Scott. While it is still possible, we are about to beam the entire house back to the planet of transsexual.
In the galaxy of Transylvania.
Go.
Oh, Janet! Janet! Brad! Schnell! Schnell!
Our noble mission is almost completed, my most beautiful sister. And soon we shall return to the moon-drenched shores of our beloved planet.
Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain. To take that step to the right.
But it's the pelvic thrust.
You insane.
And our world will do the time warp again.
Activate the transit crystal!
lot. God knows I tried to find the truth. I've even lied, but all I know is down inside I'm bleeding.
And superheroes come to feast, to taste the flesh, not yet deceased. And all I know is still the beast is feeding.
And crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time, lost in space, remain. Thank you.
Science fiction, double feature. Frank has built and lost his creature. Darkness has conquered Brad and Janet. The servant's gone to a distant planet. Whoa, at the late night double feature picture show, I wanna go. Whoa, to the late night double feature picture show.
Dulang, Dulang. The end.
So I actually would like the cast to introduce themselves to you, since of course you don't have any programs. But first, I would like everybody to give a hand to Ms. Kim Dare, music director. So we'll just go right around the room here.
I'm Caitlin Francis.
My name is John Luchins.
I'm Robin Parks.
James Padilla.
Lisa Thoreau.
Mark Waldstein.
Robert Bogue. Jamie Peterson.
And Isaiah Croson.
And we hope you enjoyed this little sketch we did here tonight. So I would love you guys to stick around, but I think we're going to take just a very quick break so the actors can get some water and just take a drink of water. And, you know, run to the ladies, whatever they need to do. What's that? Very funny. But I just want to take a very quick break, but please do stick around because we're going to just have a little chat after this. So thank you.
Oh, I don't want to walk by that. That makes my shirt go funny.
Makes a lot of things go funny.
Okay, so for those of you that are still right around here, I'm going to go ahead and just start by asking you guys if, how many of you guys think that we should actually produce the show at Second Story? Yeah? Okay. Okay, interesting. Now, what about, do any of you, I mean, granted, I'm thinking that maybe if you came to this, you actually knew what to expect, but is there anybody that doesn't think we should necessarily produce the show at Second Story? And why not? I mean, there's definitely some issues with it, right? I mean, it's not really family friendly, so. There's a lot more sexual content than what Second Story normally does. Does that?
Everything needs to be family friendly.
Okay, so there's a good comment there. No, say that again.
Not everything needs to be family friendly.
Okay. Do you guys agree with that? Do you not disagree?
It's perfectly okay to disagree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we want to hear everyone's opinion.
Can I bring up
Yeah.
my 5? Is this up? Yeah.
You're saying that they are, or they are, okay. So the comment down here was that the East Side audiences are sophisticated enough for a show like this. Do you guys agree? Okay, okay. What about the fact that Second Story is so intimate? Okay, I mean, really, this is a good question, right? Okay, Second Story is very intimate. There's a lot of, nudity. There's a lot of sexuality happening on stage right there in front of the audience. Would that be? I mean, I think some people would have some problems with it, honestly. What do you guys think? Say what? Well, I mean, basically, I would do what we did as far as all of our advertising has said, under 14, not recommended. And we always say, this is a PG-13, a PG-13 show. We put that out there to begin with. We put it out in all the advertising for the show. So even for the reading, which is not, nearly as bad as you would see it fully staged. So it's up to the parents as to whether or not they're going to bring their kids to see a show that somebody who's underage. We can't actually take their ID, so it's up to the parents. How would you guys feel about something like that?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about something like that?
I would be pretty much okay with it because I've already seen the movie Rocky Horror like 3 times, so.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I mean, I will say that, because Second Story does children's theater and so forth, we've already gotten, believe it or not, we got a complaint that we were even doing this reading tonight. Okay, so I'm putting that out there. I'm just putting that out there because it is a reality, and it is a reality that a lot of parents feel that a theater which produces shows that their 4-year-olds come to see should not produce a show like this. I guess my question is, does it? Does it damage our reputation? No. Why not? Why not?
Well, what do you want your reputation to be? That is the more important first.
What do you think our reputation is? I want to start there. Okay, I'm going to throw that back in your laps. What is Second Story's reputation? Safe. Okay. What else am I hearing? More reputation from Second Story, about Second Story, those of you that know Second Story.
Has everyone in the room seen a show at the theater itself? Raise your hand if you have not.
Okay, good. Well, that's great.
Does this intrigue you to come to the theater too?
So if you know that we're doing shows like this, you'd be more willing to come to the theater? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
You know what? There's a lot worse stuff on TV every day.
Yeah.
Video games and all the other stuff. You know what? Speak your truth. You're never going to please everybody. And this was awesome. This place is all about truth.
Yeah!
Oh, thank you.
I love it. That's great. That's a great answer. So, I mean, so the intimacy of the theater wouldn't bother you guys as far as that being right in your laps? Would you like that better? That maybe it was right in your laps?
If you let Robert in the show, he will be in
In a wheelchair.
I was expecting garters and stockings, by the way, and I didn't see that.
Oh, there were some. But, we're...
No, I meant the guy who plays Tim Burton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's right. Anybody's ever seen it.
Oh yeah, and I mean, this is a reading, you guys. This is a reading. We don't have a big budget to put towards costuming it, right? So
We went as far as we could go.
basically, I wanted them to go as far as they could go for a reading, okay, without having to go out and purchase items, right? So I mean, I actually don't think that James has hanging in his closet, a pair of platform heels and some stockings and garter belt. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying that, perhaps not. Perhaps so, but
I forgot him. Well, not back anyway.
One of the reasons why we're doing this, you guys, is to find out what you guys are interested in as far as what we might be producing. And so this whole reading series is very eclectic. So the kinds of things that you've been seeing, the first reading was of a farce, a French farce called Boeing Boeing. That went very well as well. That was a very, very fun reading. And then this is our second one. We're going into doing some Shakespeare as well. Okay, so this is a completely different than what you're seeing here tonight. In January, we're looking at both Romeo and Juliet, and I say we, it's really me, but it's Romeo and Juliet and Comedy of Errors. I have a great concept for Comedy of Errors that I would like to I'd like to put on the stage. So, Comedy of Errors, and then we're also looking at more science plays. For those of you that know, we're launching a science series this year with a play called Natural Selection. This will be its Northwest premiere. It's written by a man named Eric Coble, and it's launching an entire series of plays where we want to do a science-themed play one time every year. And starting with Natural Selection, which is kind of sci-fi based, set in the very near future. In fact, the way that he puts it is that it's set tomorrow. And it's very, very funny, and it's very timely, and has to be done now because it'll be out of date in a year. I mean, really, it's like, it's one of those shows. That's a really fun comedy that we're doing. But as far as extending the science series, we're actually looking at Copenhagen as well. For those of you that know that play, it's a fabulous 3-person play about scientists. And we're also looking at, what am I missing, you guys? Do you guys remember? Anyway, but yeah, so it's a very eclectic mix of plays that we're looking at, plays and musicals. So, and this is obviously one of the things that we're looking at producing. So it sounds like, at least from this room, that you guys are for us producing something like this. Okay. So yes, exactly. I mean, there's also some great plays that sort of have a similar kind of theme, like Evil Dead the musical, and so forth. But this one is this one is near and dear to my heart because, of course, I grew up a Rocky Horror chick, going to the theater and dancing and singing the time warp with everybody. So. Of course, it's something that I would love to do. So if you guys had a good time and you want to come up and talk to the actors and you want to ask us any questions, I'm going to open the floor to questions. I'm also going to just put another plug in that if you really had a good time tonight, donate to the theater. That's the best way to show your appreciation. The people that are standing back here in the back waving, well, there's one of them anyway. The other one is over there. You can hand those donation envelopes right to those people, and whatever you can spare, the change you got in your pocket, anything will help. So yeah. So I'm going to open up the floor to some questions. If you guys have any questions for these actors here. In the meantime, questions? You guys don't have any questions? These are all of these people, by the way, have been in Second Story shows, with the exception of Jamie, I believe. So yeah, everybody else on the stage has done a show at Second Story, or multiple shows at Second Story, including Miss Kim Dare, our music director, as well. Yeah, question.
Why did you guys decide? I mean, you guys are obviously doing this. I mean, you guys just didn't study yesterday.
Right.
You guys been practicing a little bit,
We have, yes.
Either that or you guys are really awesome.
Let's go with that one.
Seriously, why are you guys doing it? Because obviously you look like.
No, obviously, I sort of answered that question already for myself, and since I do programming, I'm going to shut up. So I'm going to ask these. Let's throw it over to these guys why they are doing it.
Why don't we use one of these back there? I like this one. Oh, you like that one? She touched it. I don't want that.
And I have my own.
Well, I'd like to say that that Rocky Horror for me. Obviously, I'm not going to be playing Frankenfurter, but Rocky Horror for me represents again a stretch
something very different, something very out of the ordinary, yet I guess in a fun way. I'm also involved with the improv team at Second Story, and I think that we need to bring in a whole different type of crowd. Besides our fantastic supporters that have kept us going over the years, I think this is a show played at late night. It's going to bring in a whole new group of absolutely fabulous supporters that are going to keep coming back and seeing the rest of our shows. So for me, it's stepping out of the box, and I get to play a German. Really, that's really just it. Okay.
More comments? Yeah.
I did this reading because Brad gets a great song that was not in the movie, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm screw it. I'm gonna do. Sorry. I'm not one of those people that has ever, gone to the movie theater or, done like Caitlin used to do the live show. So yeah.
What do you what?
But there is something about this piece that attracts even someone who's not generally, one of those people who would go out at midnight every week dressed up and, throw rice at things. So yeah, anyway.
I personally like the show because there's something about the show that when you watch it, it kind of like almost changes your life in a way. I know when I saw the movie for the first time, it just kind of, I felt like my life had changed in a weird way. And there's just a certain type of magic that the show has, whether it's about the sexuality or the content in any way. But I don't know if it's just the way like those characters are, the way Tim Curry played the role and everything. But just the show itself is it's just like magical, and it's definitely needs to be in the rotation of a season at Second Story. Especially, I'm surprised that Second Story hasn't already done this show like years ago. How many years has Second Story been running and they haven't done this show yet? I'm surprised. So I think it's just about time that we do it.
And there's something about it that it kind of breaks that wall between the performers and the audience themselves. It's always fun as a performer to be able to play with you guys directly, as opposed to you enjoying our performance. It's nice to actually enjoy your responses and how you guys help us give a show. So.
Excellent. More questions? That was a great question. Yes.
I really, as a professional who used to do the live stuff once in a while every week, he knows every single line for the callbacks. So if you guys do this in actual theater and produce it, you're probably going to get a lot of callbacks.
Oh, we know.
We were actually surprised.
We were surprised that we didn't get it more tonight, honestly. So we were very surprised.
It's been hard for me personally not to just do it during rehearsal. I'm like,
My roommate was afraid that you guys weren't going to be doing that since it's more of a quote-unquote family-friendly atmosphere.
Oh, I never suggested that this show was family friendly.
Since SoulFood is kid-friendly and my roommate is a little bit more considerate than other people.
No, we would definitely encourage that. In fact, we would more than likely be not asking people to bring in things from their own home, but we would actually give them the kit that they could use for the show. Sell it at the concession stand.
they can buy it from Magenta for the show.
So that would be part of it. The cleanup every night would be part of it too.
We just lock the doors and won't let the audience leave till they clean up.
Yeah, just to point out, I have actually done the live Rocky Horror show before. It was about 3 years ago up in Everett. And we did actually have people shouting out callback lines. We had people making up callback lines. They were actually trying to break the cast, and a couple of times they did. But we started in rehearsals actually calling it out for ourselves so that we'd get used to it. And I think that's something we'd have to do if we were to put up a full production. Absolutely.
So I've never seen the movie.
Virgin.
This is my.
Where's my lipstick?
And I did this because I thought, well, that's something I haven't done before. And what I think's really wonderful about it, and I think I have somewhat unique perspective, considering I have no baggage coming into it, is that this is a show where you get to make fun of a lot of rules that you also get to break, and I feel like it's almost the part of the heart of it is just getting rid of ideas of rules that are there for no real reason. So I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I would hope that if this was done for a larger audience, maybe people who didn't know what they were getting into, that's what they get out of it as well.
I will say, although I have not been to the live show, in college we did sync up the audience participation album with the movie and watched it at home. So it was sort of like, although on the audience participation, does anyone have the audience participation album? It was recorded in a theater. Do you have it? Sweet. there are two people who own copies in the room. There's this one guy who keeps hollering out things that are nothing like what anyone else is saying. I pretend he's from Rhode Island.
Any other questions for the actors? Or for me?
Are you guys gonna do it at midnight? Do we have your show
I think we would probably do a regular show time and also do probably a midnight show every week. So
Maybe you could play like one tone down a little bit for the early show and
yeah, I don't know how toned down it would be. It just won't be quite as a drunken audience. But I mean, we'll go for it regardless. You know what I mean? We'll go for, the audience feedback will make the show wilder later at night. But we're gonna go for it regardless of what time we do it. So for those old people like me that have to go to bed early. What? Blue hair matinees. Blue hair matinees.
You can order wine before the show too.
Yeah, the question really for us right now is just, should we do it? I mean, the question really is like, let's go for it.
just do it. Do it all night long.
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody so much for coming.
And may I say, sir, that's an awesome beard.
Dulang, dulang.
Homemade. No additives.
Well, Eve's mouth hurts from trying not to laugh at some joke some scholar made about her being someone's half. It was a joke, a lie, exaggeration, a fib. Now you all believe I came from his rib. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole. I'm body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. Queen Victoria gave her daughter some advice. Her daughter shook and trembled on her wedding night. Queen Victoria, she said to her daughter, baby, lie still and think of the empire. And her husband, though kind and mild, never stopped to wonder why she never smiled. She screams. A little Red Riding Hood was walking down the trail. She was carrying the goodies, thought, the girl's tale. So she ate them all up, and that was that. Then she threw them all up, fear of getting fat. Cause even Red Riding Hood reads magazines, the ones prescribing diets for preteens. Now we got Cinderella, she's chilling at home, quite content with being alone. She's playing with the mice and singing with the birds, and they're the only ones who ever heard these words. She said, I'll get in the damn pumpkin, do it all right. Weep and lose my slipper, freak out at midnight. But there's one thing that the prince might not like, it's a fairy god I'm after. I'm a dyke. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. Screams, she screams, she screams, she screams, she screams, she screams. Now we got Snow White. She's a homemaker of sorts, 'cause she cleans and she cooks and she takes care of dwarfs. One day I said, Snow White, go back to school. She said, no, I can't. I'd feel like a fool. You know, it's hard for us women to try to be ourselves. We spend our whole damn lives taking care of little elves. Now, Helen of Troy, they say, launched 1,000 ships with the short of her skirt and the shape of her lips. And when that old bard laid the blame at her face for the rape of a nation, wrong time, wrong place. Helen simply whispered, history's your test. Look between the lines, girls, read beneath the text. Now we got dear Rapunzel, she's chilling in the tower, waiting for the handsome prince, she stopped up all her power. Finally one day, the handsome prince of town called up to Rapunzel, yo girl, let it down. But our dear Rapunzel was nowhere to be seen. Yes, our dear Rapunzel had learned something keen. All the time alone, kinda taught me how to cope. So I shaved my head and I made me a rope. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, I'm body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, I'm body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, I'm body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm soul. She screams at the top of her lungs, I'm whole, I'm body, I'm heart, I'm mind, I'm screams at the top of her lungs, yeah. She screams at the top of her lungs. She screams at the top of her lungs, yeah. She screams at the top of her lungs. She screams at the top of her lungs, yeah. She screams at the top of her lungs. She screams at the top of her lungs, yeah.
Well, my name is Penny Evans, and I just turned 21. A young widow in the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters, and I do the best I can. Well, they say the war is over, but I think it just began. I remember I was 17 when I first met young Will. On his father's grand piano, we played good old Hearts and Soul. And I only knew the left-hand part, he knew the right so well. He is the only boy I slept with and the only one I will. Well, now first we had a baby girl and it was 2 good years. Then came the 1A notice and we parted without tears. And now it's 9 months from the last goodbye and a second babe appears. Now it's 10 months and a telegram confirming all our fears. Now my name is Penny Evans and I just turned 21. A young widow in the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters and I do the best I can. You know, they say the war is over, but I think it just began. And now it's every month I get a check from some army bureaucrat. And now it's every month I tear it up and mail the damn thing back. Did you think that would make it all right? Did you think I would fall for that? Oh, you can keep your bloody money, it won't bring my Billy back. Now I don't care much for politics and speeches I don't understand. And you know I never took a cent from any living man. But tonight there are 50,000 gone in that unhappy land. And there are 50,000 hearts and souls being played by just one hand. Now my name is Penny Evans and I just turned 21. A young widow in the war that's been fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters, I thank God I have no sons. For they say the war is over. sure, but I think it's just me.
I've got a head full of questions of peace and war, and I'm wondering what all this fighting's for. Underneath it all, we're just the same, so let's start to peel away the layers of our onion hearts. When I'm far away, the people are kind, just like the ones we left behind. And as if by magic, the answers come when there's a tiny baby holding onto my thumb. It's the littlest thing. It's the littlest thing. I mean the littlest thing. Because small is tremendous. Yes, it's a big old world, but it's a small one too. And I'm holding out my hand to you like a fish out of water, traveling about like a Mormon temple. I'm sticking out, but I wanna see things with my own eyes. I had it up to here with television lies. Things are not what they seem today. Oh, look at that leaf. It's walking away, 'cause it's the littlest thing. It's the littlest thing. I'm talking about the littlest thing. Because small is tremendous. When a butterfly flaps its wings, it affects quite a lot of things. Like the African breeze, I'm told by a very wise 6-year-old. If I could sit still a while,